and the competition has been on fire. Let's go, guys! Last time, the 8 remaining chefs of the A and B divisions faced off. As Chef Jet Tila and Chef Jonathan Sawyer continued their winning streaks, the winner is Chef Jet Tila, Jonathan Sawyer, and Chef Joe Sasto toppled culinary icon Lorena Garcia. And the Dragon Slayer, Chef Kevin Lee, cut short Chef Rick Resigno's hope, Chef Kevin Lee, of reaching the Final Four for a 4th time.
I'm holding back tears. I don't know how much longer I can do this.
Tonight, the surviving chefs of the C and D divisions battle for the last 4 spots in the upcoming quarterfinals. First, the Wolf, Chef Marcel Vigneron takes on the GOAT, Iron Chef Stephanie Izard.
I mean, I don't think people realize how much we all care.
Getting into round 2, I just have a lot of momentum.
Next, Dumpling Mafia Queen Shirley Chung goes up against Chef Viet Pham.
Every round there's a winner, and hopefully that winner's going to be
Very exciting.
Then Chef Kalina Bliss faces the beast of the kitchen, Chef Kenny Gilbert.
I had to go in with a winning mindset. I'm about to take down Kalina Bliss.
Not the first time that I've taken competitor after competitor out.
And finally, TOC All-Star Christmas champ Brian Voltaggio battles Top Chef 21 runner-up Dan Jacobs.
I want this win so badly. To be a winner is something I need on my mantle.
Who will move one step closer to the title, the belt, and the $150,000 prize? This is Tournament of Champions 7. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the question is, are you ready for the final night of the 2nd round fights? We have the number 7 seed, Iron Chef Stephanie Izard, who's been on a winning streak since starting out in this year's qualifiers.
Okay, here we go again. The underdog once again. My almost income guy kind of said, maybe just skip this year. Maybe it's just not your thing. You have plenty of accolades outside of here. That almost like fueled my fire. I was like, well, no, I want so badly to do well.
Her opponent is the number 3 seed, Chef Marcel Vigneron, who's been proving he still has what it takes to win. Woo. After the recent performances on 24 and 24 and TOC All-Star Christmas.
The Wolf versus the GOAT. It's going to be a good one. Getting into round 2 is a dream come true. And I just have a lot of momentum. But Stephanie, woo, she is a formidable opponent.
I mean, I don't think people realize how much we all care. 31 chefs walk away from this, like, bummed. You know, they didn't make it to the end. But one chef walks away with, like, a major boost in their career.
All right, Chef, you ready to battle?
Time to cook.
Okay.
Are you ready for another 2nd round showdown? Then let's light it up! She has 7 acclaimed restaurants from Chicago to the West Coast, including her newest, Valley Goat, named one of the best new restaurants in the Bay Area by Open Table. She's a James Beard Award winner, Best Chef Great Lakes, and a nominee for Best New Restaurant. She's the only Top Chef winner to also earn the title of Iron Chef. And she cooked her way back into the tournament with the highest score of the qualifiers and won her very first upset victory in the first round against TOC 6 semifinalist Chef Leanne Wong. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the GOAT, Iron Chef Stephanie Izard. Single mom, super restaurateur, and when we talked about what was going to happen this year, we said there's no openings inside of the main bracket. You have to go through the qualifiers. I said, don't do it. You're an Iron Chef. And this was the game plan?
This is the game plan, just to prove you wrong. That's honestly my driving force.
Chef, it's awesome to have you. Good luck. Your opponent has worked with celebrated chefs such as Jose Andres, Joel Robuchon, and Chef Michael Mina. He has opened critically acclaimed LA restaurants focusing on locally sourced and plant-based dishes. He won the first season of 24 and 24 and went all the way to the semifinals of the TOC All-Star Christmas. And scored his first TOC victory in the first round with a glazed pork steak that Judge Kenny Oranger called brilliant, brilliant, brilliant cooking. Give a big howl for the Wolf, Chef Marcel Vigneron! time you win something, you come out of that door, the howl gets bigger. Well, this will be action-packed. I promise you that. As soon as we take it to the randomizers. Right this way, chef.
Okay.
The randomizer will determine the mandatory details of your dish. The protein, the produce, the equipment, the style, and finally, the wild card, which would be a fantastic, fun ingredient that you must incorporate into your dish. Let's party, folks. Here we go. Going protein. Sword, lamb, swordfish.
Gotcha.
King trumpet mushrooms.
Oof.
Blowtorch, New Year's Eve, and canned beets. 35 minutes. Go. Swordfish. They're huge. They're 10 feet long, 1,000 pounds. Really dynamite to work with. Could be overcooked pretty easily. King trumpet mushrooms. Thick brown stem and cap. Firm, meaty texture. I think this is not going to be a problem. Blowtorch, definitely not going to be a problem. There's a million things they can do with it. New Year's Eve dinner, this is going to be a more refined, special, unique presentation. And canned beets. Good luck.
Let's talk about this randomizer for a second. I think that the ingredients become a little bit more obscure, the cooking equipment becomes a little bit more unusual, and the competition gets a little bit more fierce. Chef Stephanie is a remarkable chef. She is no stranger to competition. This is going to be a long, hard road, but you know what? I'm built for this.
Mirren. I'm known for doing different techniques and flavors from different parts of the world, whether it's big spices or different cooking techniques. I think I'm gonna go a little light Japanese French influence because growing up, my mom cooked food for all over the world. I just thought that's how everyone cooks, and that's just how I've always approached food. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here.
So I'm joined as always by my incredible culinary commentators. We have the Michelin recommended chef and the font of food knowledge, Justin Warner, the brilliant Boston restaurateur, and the TOC3 champ, Chef Tiffany Faison. Now, Justin and Tiffany are shadowing the chefs so they can faithfully present their dishes to the judges during the blind tasting. We're also joined by our roving reporter, Hunter Fieri, who we talked with our winners backstage, and the culinary scholar, Simon Majundar, who will discuss each randomizer challenge with the judges.
I am excited to get this thing going. For my New Year's Eve dinner, I'm thinking I'm going to grill the swordfish. I want to make a salsa matcha and canned beet lebna. First, I need to tackle these king trumpet mushrooms. One of my favorite ways to prepare a king trumpet mushroom is by frying it. If it's a New Year's Eve dinner, I feel like we got a party. Are you guys ready to party or what?
Only Marcel savors this right in the middle of the whole thing.
Everybody on New Year's Eve, they think about that glass of champagne. Let's go. Champagne batter coming up. Woo! This is sour cream. I was thinking doing like a little beet lebna to go with the swordfish.
Got it.
Wish you got me.
Labna and the beets doubling down on that sort of earthy umami with black garlic.
I love the color.
Essentially, a salsa matcha is nuts, seeds, and chilies. Oftentimes for a salsa matcha, I would roast my nuts and seeds. In this case, nobody had time for that, so I go ahead and I drop my nuts into the fryer. Then I'm going right out of the fryer into my saute pan and hitting it with the blowtorch to continue to caramelize. There's 150 grand on the line. There's our reputation. There's our little egos. And I want to make myself proud, my family proud. Got my little dude at home watching me cook. And I'm proving that, you know what? You can do it.
Salsa matcha, so all of those toasted nuts, chilies, red wine vinegar, olive oil.
Enough for a good group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that move.
I'm gonna try to do a duo, so I'm gonna have swordfish tataki on one side and then trumpet scallops on the other. Use the swordfish to make a sauce for that.
Chef was just making quick work of that, taking all the skin and the bloodline right out of it and just using the center.
For swordfish, it has a very similar texture to tuna. And one of my favorite things to do with tuna is treat it like tataki.
So poaching the
This
swordfish.
is like true Japanese takisawa. You poach it for a second,
Yep.
and then it's gonna soak in this mirin soy and some of the juice from the canned beets.
Canned beets, chef? Long history with them, or?
No, I don't think I've ever opened a can of canned beets in my life. So canned beets are not something that I've used all the time, but they're on the randomizer. And that means they have to find their way to the plate in a few different ways. I'm also going to pickle them. Pickled beets are delicious. And also turn it into vinaigrette. Using my poaching liquid from my swordfish to cook some New Year's traditional lentils. Lentils are a sign of prosperity in the new year. And they're nice and earthy to go along with the king trumpet mushrooms.
Chef is taking them and peeling the sides of them because they get a little bit tough to eat. And then she's cutting them in what would be like the shape of a scallop to get a nice sear on it.
I am always shaking and sweating and crazy going into any competition. It feels good to have made it through the qualifiers and to made it through round 1 and to be in round 2, but I still feel just as nervous as that first second that I walked in against Angelo. And I'm like stressing the heck out because I'm trying to make way too many things. Bit of a mild panic.
Chefs, we have 20 minutes left. 20 to go.
I pull my mushrooms. This is the crunchiest batter I have ever made.
How do you feel?
So far, so good, I think. Next, the protein is swordfish. It's something I'm very familiar with. I always go to the grill or the plancha. It's a pretty lean protein, so I decide to rest my swordfish steaks in a salsa matcha brown butter. Chef's kiss.
You know, the swordfish is a little bit of a trap. It takes so long to cook. Any fat lost in the cooking process has now been reapplied on the exterior.
Okay, cool. For New Year's, like you collards, right? For
Yes.
prosperity into the new year. What are you gonna say, collards? Should I do them fried or blanched? No, come on, guys. Let's do it. Deep fry some. I gotta give the people what they want. And then I also like to blanch some of my collards with some peas. What motivates me in these competitions is the love for the craft. We get the opportunity to create some incredible dishes, and for me, that's the best. You guys said 2 ways for the collards, so, you know, might as well go 2 ways, right?
As always, judges are sequestered in their trailers, totally unaware of who's out here cooking right now, so their focus will be entirely on the food itself. They'll score the dishes based on taste, use of the items on the randomizer, and presentation. The chef with the top score will move on to the quarterfinals. The other chef, this will be their last cook. Chef Marcel, Chef Stephanie, 10 minutes, 10 to go to be plated, 10.
I'm gonna do the blowtorch. I take the scallops and I start blowtorching them with just a little bit of sugar.
She's gonna essentially like make them look like scallops.
I think the trumpet scallops will show that I really looked at the randomizer and thought, how do you elevate a king trumpet mushroom? Torching brown butter to put in with them. You turn it into a scallop, one of the most celebratory seafoods that you can have on New Year's. I start thinking I should probably make some sort of sauce. So I'm gonna take some scraps from the swordfish, along with some shallots, some mushrooms, some champagne, cream. You can hear a pin drop in here, you guys. After the swordfish has marinated as long as I can give it, I'm gonna torch the outside, really just caramelizing all of those natural sugars from the beets and from the soy and from the mirin. Can someone stand here and do this while I work on other things? I need like 5 different hands. I am like literally blow torching while straining beets at the same time. It's very mom thing. Like moms can always do like 25,000 things at once. Moms multitask. Something about Tournament Champions has just never happened. And for me, I just want this so I can feel like I haven't like lost my edge. And I also want Ernie to see, you know what, I didn't give up, bud. I came back this year and look what happens when you just keep going. Okay, let's start just bringing this together.
Chef, 2 minutes left.
I've got my canned beet lebna puree, my collard green chiffonade, and I top that with my salsa matcha swordfish. We put a nest of crispy collards for our king trumpet mushroom to sit atop of, a little dollop of caviar on top to really celebrate this New Year's Eve dinner.
1 minute! 1 minute to go!
So I decide to go 2 separate plates rather than doing like a duo on one, I take the pickled golden beets and put them down like a little bed for the shiitake swordfish to go on top of. Then I'm gonna take my pan sauce that I have and just drape that over the top. A little bit of that salad of lentils, mushrooms, chives, and some of that beef vinaigrette.
30 seconds.
Then I'm gonna take 2 of the king trumpet scallops and put them in the bowl. I top each scallop with some caviar, really elevate the dish. And then I add in some of that lentil mushroom salad, just kind of tying the 2 dishes together.
Done.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Dynamite battle, chefs. Great job. Let the judges come in.
I mean, I thought it was good. I like that dish.
I did use the torch a lot. I burned my finger. My hands smell. Either I'm gonna stay and get a chance to do round 3, which would be sick, or I'm gonna go.
All right. We have cooked. And now we await judgment.
I think by doing 2 separate dishes, I kind of maybe hurt myself a little bit because I had to make garnishes for 2 things instead of just focusing on one. We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, our TOC judges have been waiting in their trailers for their first blind tasting of the night. Let's meet him. First, we have the legendary Southern California restaurateur and winner of both the James Beard Award and coveted Julia Child Award. Ah, one of my favorites. Chef Susan Henniger.
Oh, I love Susan. She's awesome.
It's a good dish for her. I mean, she's the chili lady. She's the hot tamale.
Next, acclaimed restaurateur, shop judge, and the only 2-time TOC champ, Chef Manish Chauhan.
He also likes spicy too, actually. Okay.
Oh, nice.
And ladies and gentlemen, for his first appearance here in TOC judging, the James Beard Award winner for Best Chef California, whose Michelin-starred Fleur de Lys helped redefine San Francisco fine dining,
You there?
the one and only Chef Reuben Keller.
Chef.
Both of my sauces I did today are definitely lean a little more front.
Tonight, the randomizer gave the chefs a fantastic selection: swordfish, king trumpet mushroom. The equipment was a blowtorch. The style tonight, New Year's Eve dinner. The wild card ingredient was the canned beets. And here to tell you about this fantastic dish, Chef Justin Warner.
Tasted everything on my dish. Thought it was really good.
Judges, this is a salsa matcha grilled swordfish with prosperity collards, beet labna, and crispy king trumpet mushrooms. The canned beets were done with labna in the food processor. In terms of the blowtorch, it was used to roast morita, ancho, and guajillo chilies, and that crafts that salsa matcha. In terms of New Year's Eve, we have champagne in the batter. We have collards, which typically are associated with prosperity in the South. Okay. And then we have Ocetra caviar crowning the dish.
That crunch.
The level for TOC7 is at another level, and you can see that in the dish right over here. The swordfish has been cooked beautifully. The champagne king trumpet fritter with the caviar right on top of it does scream celebration. The use of the canned beets as a labna, great idea.
For a New Year's dish, it's gorgeous. It's got all the elements with caviar and champagne that you want. The use of the torch, I think, could have been a bit more. But going with yuzu and matcha, to me, maybe stretches it a little bit. Maybe you didn't need both of those. A smaller or thinner piece of sword cooked quicker with a torch would have been really a perfect way to use a torch, too.
The fritter is really good, but I wish that the trumpet was a little bit more used in the dish.
This swordfish is the star.
Thank you very much, judges. Your scorecards are in front of you. 50 points available in taste, 40 for the use of the randomizer, and 10 points in plating.
All in all, relatively good feedback. See what they say about Stephanie's dish.
Judges, here we are to present the second dish, our TOC champ herself, Chef Tiffany Paisley.
Thank you. This is a multi-course countdown. Let's begin our toast with a tataki of swordfish. The chef has fabricated the swordfish that was then poached and cured and marinated in canned beet juice, mirin, and soy. A salad was constructed of grilling the king oyster mushrooms and then slicing them into a torched beet juice vinaigrette. Crispy lentils were also added to this vinaigrette. Lentils obviously being a symbol of wealth, the chef wishes you prosperity for the new year. Let's move along to the second course. King trumpet mushroom torched scallop. The chef peeled and butter torched the scallops using a little bit of brown butter. A sauce was constructed of roasting king oyster mushrooms and swordfish with some ginger and allium in seafood stock, miso and cream.
Stephanie can cook, man. She can cook.
I think since the chef really went that far on preparing 2 different dishes in those 35 minutes, pretty spectacular. I really have to say the combination with the beets, you have them under the swordfish. Actually, when you eat it together, it really comes together.
My favorite part is the scalloped trumpet mushroom. The use of the blowtorch on top of it gives it that wonderful sear. Really, really smart.
Great presentation. Love that. Swordfish is cooked perfectly, but the trumpet mushroom, for me, it needed salt and a little bit of acid.
Judges, thank you very much. Scorecards in front of you.
I mean, I think it's anybody's game. They seem to really like my dish. They seem to really like Stephanie's dish.
I want to win, but if I don't, I am still very happy that I came back.
All right, chef, the scores are in.
All right, let's go find out.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the scores. Let's bring our chefs back out. Chef Marcel Vigneron. Chef Stephanie Izard. I mean, this was great gameplay. And here are the scores coming together. One chef scored 879. The other chef scored 884. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the second round battle between Chef Marcel Vigneron and Chef Stephanie Izard is... Chef Izard! Chef Marcel, dynamite dish. It's just a couple points shy, but I will tell you, every time we get a chance to have the Wolf at TOC, we love it.
Pleasure and an honor to be here.
The Wolf, Chef Marcel Vigneron.
I'm not gonna lie, kind of had my eye set on that belt. Still got a long way to go.
I did not see that coming.
Chef Izard making it to the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at your bracket. Up against either Kalina Bliss or Kenny Gilbert.
They're both great.
You are dynamite. You deserve this. Congratulations, big win. The GOAT.
Bye, guys. Thanks. Happy New Year.
Well done, Chef. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, this is the farthest you've ever come to TOC.
I'm excited. I mean, I think it's going to be, it just keeps getting harder and harder, but
Right.
I feel maybe a little more confident.
Well, congratulations, Chef.
Thank you.
See you in the grade 8.
Thank
Nice
you.
job.
He cooked a salsa matcha grilled swordfish with crispy king trumpet mushrooms. That little fritter itself looked sensational.
Yes.
Did you not want it just to be on its own?
Well, since it was an item that was supposed to be represented on that dish, I think it came out a little bit short. Was kind of looking in the dish to see if there's any more of those mushrooms, and I guess there were not.
It tasted really good, but in TOC it does come down to gameplay.
Now up next, we have the number 8 seed, Chef Viet Pham, who just took down a massive culinary icon, Chef Jonathan Waxman, in a stunning first round victory.
What did you learn last round against Jonathan Waxman?
Just calm and steady. But, you know, I'd be lying if I were to say that I'm not nervous because I'm going against Shirley Chung. She's really good. She is a fierce chef to have to reckon with.
His opponent is the number 6 seed, Chef Shirley Chung, who stepped back into the arena after winning the fight of her life against tongue cancer and earned the highest score of the entire first round.
This is a necklace that's blessed by a monk from a famous temple in Beijing. So this is a good outcome, and it's been helping me win my battle with cancer.
And you won your last battle?
Yeah, with higher score. So it's definitely working very well.
Are you ready to meet the culinary contenders? Well, let's light this up! The son of Vietnamese immigrants, he is a successful restaurateur with almost 2 decades as an executive chef. He was named Food and Wine's Best New Chef in 2011 and is a 3-time James Beard Award semifinalist. Put your hands together, Chef Viet Fong! You've had some fantastic wins and gone against some heavy hitters. This is the farthest you've made it.
It's the farthest I've made it.
And this is big.
This is huge.
Your opponent! She moved to the U.S. from China when she was 17 and opened restaurants for culinary greats like Thomas Keller, Guy Savoy, and Jose Andres. By the time she was 35 years old. Now, after waging the fight of her life against tongue cancer, she's back to take on the randomizer one more time. Give it up for a true champion, the Mafia Dumpling Queen, Chef Shirley Chung! The Dumpling Mafia Queen, who has been through the toughest battle of all battles. You both are going to be facing not just each other, but more importantly, the randomizer. Time to get busy. I think it all looks potentially hazardous.
Very.
Go for the proteins. Hanger lamb, chop, hanger steak, haricot bear, immersion blender, appetizer duo,
and cottage cheese.
I know that you just prepared. Those were easy for you, so we can just go. The hanger steak, pretty dynamite piece of meat. It's only one per steer. Haricot bear, slender, thin, skinny bean. Immersion blender, I think is one of the greatest pieces of equipment I have. Appetizer duo. Now here's something interesting. This is 2 appetizers. We're not requiring that the haricot bear and the hanger steak are in both. They want to mix the 2, they can. Cottage cheese separates the curd in the whey by adding acid to the milk. This was big during the war. This is what people were eating for their protein. There's going to be sauces made, and this will make into a great sauce.
After the first battle, I have the highest score. I know to win, I cannot play safe. After the battle of my life, I'm back, stronger than ever. I feel like now I really know how to win. Baking soda?
Baking soda, it's in your station. I've made it into the Sweet 16, and this is the farthest I've ever made it. Very hard on myself. I don't want to go home. I want to be able to have that belt.
And there she is, my dumpling queen. This looks very French.
Hey, we made a Thursday carpaccio with cottage cheese mustard aioli, followed by a butter roasted chicken beef with a whipped cottage cheese on the bottom. I want to make this appetizer duo that highlights both of my ingredients, hanger steak and haricot bear. But I really don't have time to cook 2 appetizers. So my mind is going to carpaccio.
The hanger steak can easily be a carpaccio. She just really needs to pound it out so when the judges eat it, it eats like a paper thin carpaccio.
Oh, she's using the tortilla press.
God, so smart. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Haricot bear going.
Haricot bear being blanched right now. I don't know what the later plan for it.
What is the story on the cottage cheese?
A cottage cheese we make into an aioli.
Since my cancer, cottage cheese actually became a source of my morning protein. Using an emulsion blender is my everyday life right now. For my breakfast, when I make my protein shake.
Chef Shirley, Chef Viet, 25 minutes, 25 to go.
Do like the French fries, tempura batter, haricot bear, and then grill the hanger steaks. Slice them thin, and they're going to be served in a lettuce wrap with a Vietnamese inspired dipping sauce. So first thing I'm going to do is start on the steak. I'm going to grill it, slice it, and make a nice marinade. I'm going to blitz this with the hand blender, and then this is going to go into the marinade for the beef really quick. Shallots, some lemongrass, fish sauce, sugar. I get it back on the grill.
Cottage cheese?
cottage cheese, I am going to whip, make a sauce as a dipping for the haricot vert. I want to preserve the integrity somewhat of the cottage cheese, where the judges hopefully will be like, wow, this is cottage cheese, and wow, it's amazing, because typically cottage cheese doesn't taste this way. Fish sauce and cheese, why not?
Umami's umami, chef.
Umami's umami, that's right. This is the moment of truth, because one of us is going home.
20 minutes.
20 minutes, thank you. Shirley and I belong to a very special club. We both had our bouts with cancer, and in a lot of ways we're very similar. We're both Asian descent, and we both cook Asian food. It's like me going up against literally myself. I think this is going to be an incredible battle.
$18 minutes to cook. What you got?
We have carpaccio. The idea is carpaccio and then shaking beef. Shaking beef is really classic Vietnamese dish.
Hot and cold.
Hot and cold.
Our style is appetizer roll. Now we have twice of opportunities to mess up.
So she's just gonna marinate it, and it's gonna be cooked very high heat to like caramelize with the seasoning sauce and everything that's on the outside of the meat. Chef haricot vert also in the shaking beef.
Yep.
And then in the carpaccio got that.
Right.
And then the hand mixer is just the aioli.
My chicken beef can totally use another creaminess. So I'm cutting up some fresh herbs, parsley and chive, and then putting some cottage cheese and also a fresh clove of garlic. Now, this is a cohesive dish. So I closed my restaurant to really focus on my country treatment. In order for me to focus on myself, I made a tough decision of closing my restaurant Miss. If I won, I would definitely love to really make Dumpling Mafia a true concept. Bring my dumpling back to Los Angeles.
The caramelization on that hanger steak is wild. It's so good.
12 minutes, chef. 12 to go.
What's the plan here, chef?
I'm gonna make a tempura batter using the cream whipper.
Tight.
Nice and light. At my restaurant, Pretty Bird, we sell tempura fried green beans. It's going to offer deliciousness, a nice textural contrast to the lettuce wraps.
Believe it or not, as that club soda is exposed to air, that's going to form carbonic acid. The carbonic acid is going to react with that baking powder, and that's going to make for a very lacy exterior.
I want to show these chefs here that I'm good. The show is a big deal. It's competitive, it's stressful, it's hard in so many different ways. And in the end, it's really who has the most mental fortitude to filter through all the stressors and just maintain that focus.
So normally,
Little nest of green beans.
exactly. Normally, I'm against sprouting the fryer on a tempura thing, but that nest of green beans, so like break it apart.
It'll look at, it'll be its own entity.
Cool little finishing touch spot of on curry, just sprinkled over the end, having them on the exterior in that hot oil, just kind of confitting as the dish cools. Sign me up.
Chefs, there's 10 minutes left.
The next thing I'm gonna work on very traditional Vietnamese dipping sauce. I'm gonna make a dipping sauce for the lettuce wrap. Got it. I take a pestle mortar, I add some garlic, shallots, lime juice, sugar, and Thai chilies, and I work it all in. So the idea is to form like this nice paste. There's a saying, cook from your heart. And where my heart has been in this rediscovery of my culture, my identity, who I am. So going into the kitchen, that's where my heart leads me. And I have enough faith in my experience that I can hopefully make this successful. And selected, one of the best.
Chefs, 5 minutes left.
If you're doing the carpaccio, you've got to reserve some time to make sure that plating is perfect. One half of your dish is not cooked. Everything around it needs to be perfectly seasoned and gorgeous.
I'm feeling extremely good about my dishes.
Tweezers, getting serious.
I know. How can you say on the shallow plate, I have plenty of lemon olive oil, and every single haricot vert gets a tiny dollop of my mustard cottage cheese aioli. And then I want to introduce in some crunchy element, crispy shallots. And then for my chicken beef, I'm placing this creamy herb cottage cheese emulsion on the bottom first. And then I place my perfectly cooked butter haricot vert onto the center of the plate. Then I build 5 pieces of the shaken beef on top. And I really hope that judges will see all my attention to all the small details.
90 seconds, Chef. 90 to go.
Looks like Chef Viet is going to plate his duo on one plate. I think that's a sure sign of cohesiveness.
I put the butter lettuce on the bottom, a little bit of the cottage cheese, and then the gem lettuce. And then finally the hanger steak, and then the traditional Vietnamese dipping sauce, with gem, and then the herbs, which are mint, dill, and cilantro. And then next to it, I'm going to put the cottage cheese dipping sauce. And then finally on top, the tempura haricot vert. I've taken down Erica Barrett. I don't know how, but I've taken down Jonathan Waxman. So Shirley Chung, you are next.
Great job, Chef Viet. Chef Shirley. Back to your trailers. Wow.
I'm feeling great.
I did the best that I could do, utilizing the ingredients, the tools.
I always feel like it's me against the randomizer, and I think I really did justice.
All I can hope for is that I get another round of cooking.
I'm feeling excited. I did exactly how I planned it in my head.
This is the moment of truth. Let's see who the judges are.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back our judges. Chef Susan Finnegar.
Susan Finnegar.
The champ, Benit Chauhan.
Wow.
And the legend, Chef Robert Keller.
Wow. 3 culinary greats.
Tonight, the randomizer served up hanger steak, haricot vert, immersion blender. The style was appetizer duo, and the wild card ingredient was cottage cheese. And our TOC3 champ herself, Chef Tiffany Faison.
Chefs, this chef would like to first have you remove the top, the carpaccio, from the second appetizer that's below.
Wow.
Quite simply, this is a master's thesis of France and Asia through the appetizer duo of hanger carpaccio and shaking beef. Carpaccio of hanger, the haricot vert were sliced and treated to a chili Szechuan pickling liquid, and aioli was obviously made with the immersion blender, blending cottage cheese and Dijon. Ready to shake on? The hanger steak was seasoned with oyster sauce, sesame, shoyu, garlic, and black pepper. The garlic beurre fondue haricot vert on the bottom, obviously blanched, and then treated to a beautiful beurre fondue.
You know, this reminds me of a present, a birthday present, which is beautifully wrapped. And then you open it up and the gift is even better. This is such a smart gameplay. All the randomizer ingredients in 2 completely different formats, both of them as impressive as the other.
Okay, first of all, my favorite tool in the kitchen. Who thinks about doing an immersion blender aioli with cottage cheese? So it worked great on both of these. I just think it was a great use of all of the ingredients that were important in this.
First of all, the carpaccio was extremely well executed, but maybe I got a little extra touch of salt. The hanger steak here, the way it has been cooked, I have to congratulate the chef. It's really well done. And the haricot vert, and then the sauce that goes with it. Great combination, great idea.
I take it.
Scorecards are in front of you. 50 points for your taste, 40 points for the use of randomizer, and 10 in the plating.
I didn't really have anything negative to say.
Judges, here to present the second dish is the wild card himself, Justin Warner. Chef?
Judges, the first of your appetizer duo is a Vietnamese marinated hanger steak lettuce wrap. The hanger steak was sliced and marinated in an immersion blender concocted marinade. From there, it was grilled and then rested. The second of your appetizer duo is a tempura haricot vert with vat avant and whipped cottage cheese with Vietnamese flavors. For the immersion blender, 3 components. That's shallot, garlic, lime juice, sauce that is on the lettuce cup. We also have the marinade for the steak. The sauce that accompanies the haricot vert, that was black pepper, buttermilk, fish sauce, and the cottage cheese.
Chef Keller.
First impression when I got the dish, I think I was a little bit less impressed comparing to the other chef where the presentation, oh man. When I dig into the hanger steak, although perfectly cooked, beautiful, moist, very tender. I have to congratulate the chef on the preparation of the haricot vert. I could eat a whole bowl of it, right? It's so good.
Two-time champ.
Come on.
I love the hanger steak wrap right over here. It's delicious. It's packed with flavor to make the sauce. I think great use of the immersion blender. This sauce right over here, it's delicious. But when I look at it, it seems that it is broken.
Come on.
The hanger steak was incredibly tender. The flavor combinations here I loved with the fresh mint, the scallion. For me, the green beans are overcooked, but the batter was really quite delicious.
All right, judges, thank you very much. 50 points in taste, 40 points in the use of the randomizer, 10 in plating.
Proud of the dish. Am I proud of the judging?
I mean, I'm always nervous. Perhaps I have a little bit of more when it comes to randomizer.
The chef should be very proud. I've got some great scores. Let's go ahead and bring the chefs back out. Chef Shirley Chung, Chef Vietnam. Chefs, I will tell you, that was some great cooking. Only one score moves on to the quarterfinals. 80 to 87. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the second round battle between Chef Shirley Chung and Chef Viet Pham is... The winner of the second round battle between Chef Shirley Chung and Chef Viet Pham is... Chef Shirley Chung! It was great cooking.
Thank you.
I'm sorry this is the end of the road. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Viet Pham, thank you.
I called it. I defeated.
I've gotten to the point now where I can talk to Shirley or about Shirley without getting teary-eyed.
Wouldn't be able to stand here, be alive, without your love. And food is my passion.
Congratulations.
Love you.
Into the quarterfinals, next facing either Brian Voltaggio or Dan Jacobs.
Yay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Shirley Chung, congratulations.
I won second round.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to meet the next two contenders that are fighting for the belt? We have the number 8 seed, Chef Kenny Gilbert, who followed up his qualifier with an even bigger first-round victory against culinary icon, the one and only Aron Sanchez.
This is just an amazing dream for me to be here. I want to take every challenge as it comes. My confidence is very high. I'm super excited about this cook.
Now, his opponent is the number 4 seed, Chef Kalina Bliss, the returning TOC competitor who once again knocked it out of the park in her first-round battle.
Last season I made it to the Great 8. This year I came super hungry and I really want that spot again.
Kalina, Top Chef alumni, so we're part of that group. I had to go in with the winning mindset.
He took down an icon. He really impressed me. I mean, he's looking at flavors, he's looking at textures, he's really playing the game. He's gonna be a tough one.
Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for another fantastic food fight? Then let's light this up! He became the chef de cuisine of a 5-diamond restaurant at the age of 23 and worked in prestigious kitchens in Japan, Spain, and the Caribbean. He spent time as Oprah's personal chef, whose favorite dishes included his jalapeno cheddar drop biscuits, fried chicken, and field peas. He was a semifinalist on Top Chef Season 7, and he defeated culinary icon Aron Sanchez in the first round with a fried clam dish that Judge Scott Connick called Game Changer. Put your hands together for the beast of the kitchen. It's Chef Kenny Gilbert! Such a gentle, humble, realistic, down-to-earth guy. But when he is in the kitchen, he is absolutely the beast. Very well suited name, Chef. And I say good luck because your opponent is hungry. Growing up in the Pacific Northwest, she loves incorporating foraged and coastal ingredients in her cooking. She has been the executive chef of award-winning restaurants in Washington State and Chicago, and was a 2022 Chopped Grand Champion. She's standing back there and she's fired up. Welcome, Chef Kalina Flynn. Talk about another just happy person. Happy until that clock goes tick, and then she just turns into this tactician. I mean, like a culinary sniper.
I mean, that's always that way. We gotta believe in ourselves. Fired up.
Time to go to the randomizer. Right this way. All right, the randomizer will determine the mandatory details of your dish. The protein, the produce, the equipment, the style, and the wild card. Lots of opportunities for things to go horribly wrong. Here we go. Round and round it goes, and it lands on pork chop, duck legs, lamb, pork chops. Pork chops and hatch peppers, French fry press, Comfort Classic, and ketchup. Wow. Well, you got questions. I don't got the answers because your time starts now. Double cut pork chops. I'm a big pork chop fan. Great thing about that is when you have a double thick cut pork chop like that, it's going to stay nice and moist. Hatch peppers, they definitely got a good heat to them, but so much flavor, a little bit of sweetness to it. French fry press, what it does, it gives you nice uniform cuts. Comfort Classic, you know, it invokes comfort and happiness, and I think that pork chop would be awesome. Ketchup. This can be used in the marinade, this can be used in sauces. There's a lot going on. This is going to be a really fun competition with these two.
I came in as a qualifier, and to be able to get to the play-in and then to make it through this second round is going to mean everything. Double cut pork chops is great cut of meat. The wild card ingredient is ketchup. We know this is a condiment, but essentially it's a tomato sauce. When I think about these ingredients, you know, I'm coming from the Midwest. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and, you know, I just remember as a kid going to school that one of the lunch meals was going to be a sloppy joe. That's just a comfort food, but taking it to another level. Sloppy Joe 2.0, where I'm going to fry the chop, take that trim from the chop, and actually grind it up and make a sloppy joe. And I'm going to use the heck out of the Hatch chilies all throughout the cook. It's going to be epic.
A Comfort Classic with a double cut pork chop. I mean, what's not to like? So I'm gonna do a play on a pork katsudon, and I want to do a tomato curry sauce using the ketchup. I know I want to roast the patch pepper, and that I want to serve it with rice, because to me, that's just like, that's a plate of comfort food. Hi, Chef. Hi. Kenny has the years and experience on me. He's been exec chefing since he was 23, but you're only as good as your current cook. So he might make a great dish. I just need to make a better dish.
Chefs, we've got 25 minutes left.
I'm going to start by breaking down my pork chops. I'm going to save that trim, which will be used for the sloppy joe. This is Tournament of Champions. I need to make use of this randomizer and taking this protein and doing 2 different preparations with it. So by grinding it up, now I'm going to create a layered experience.
Sloppy Joe? Comfort Classic?
It's going to be a sandwich with a bone coming out, and you get the sloppy joe smothering.
Okay, make 6. That's fine.
When you hear sloppy joe, you know, you think something very, very simple. I'm going to take it to a whole other level.
Walk me through seasoning here.
So we have the chicken seasoning, Cajun seasoning, fried shallots, fried garlic. The wild card ingredient is ketchup. Ketchup is very, very user-friendly. It's a tomato product at the end of the day. Ketchup in for the sloppy joe.
Yep.
little tomato product. I've gone through a lot of different things in my life. You know, I'm a cancer survivor. I was a widower at 21. I was raising my daughter by myself. At the end of the day, there's nothing that I haven't gone through already. There's a saying out there, you fall down 7 times, you get up 8. That's just kind of what I live by. I want this really bad because I want that belt. I want that banner. I want the ring. And then I want the money.
I think what I'm trying to do is like a play on like a pork confidant. I'm gonna do like a hatch pepper, like spicy relish. I'm gonna start the base of my curry. I'm gonna cut some vegetables that are gonna go in my curry sauce with the fry press.
Get to use your whole body. In restaurants, you attach them to the wall, the wall comes down.
Oh yeah. Next, I'm gonna add some spices to the pan: curry powder, some onion powder, ground ginger, and turmeric.
That's gonna be the curry chef?
Yeah.
There we go. That's how we ketchup.
Ketchup is so great for so many sauces. A little bit of sweetness, it adds some acidity. I'm an adopted Korean, so I was adopted at 4 months old. My parents were American, and they absolutely raised me on like very traditional American food. But my cooking, like in the last handful of years, has definitely started leaning towards, you know, Southeast Asian. I just soaked it all up. And so I feel like that's kind of given me a little bit of my own style. Last year, I was able to make it to the grade 8. I really want to prove to myself that it wasn't a fluke and it wasn't luck and I deserve to be here.
They're both working with purpose.
Right now, Chef Kenny Gilbert has a ton of momentum behind him. He fought his way out of the qualifiers, got a win in round 1.
These are one of my favorite things in the whole world. Love them. Favorite.
The purpose of the French fry press is to do French fries. And being as a comfort classic, it works out perfectly. I use Idaho russet potatoes, I press it through, and I put it in one fryer. And then I take the hatch peppers and place it to the blender with a little bit of water and puree it up. The hatch peppers was the easiest thing for me to use multiple ways. The pulp of the hatch chilies, I added into my sloppy joe. Also my remoulade.
What's this?
The little hatch chili mayo. So I'm gonna use this for the buns, top and bottom, before I sandwich.
Got it. 15 minutes, 15 to go.
This is an umami bomb, Chef.
Yeah, it's always the plan.
Chef Kalina joined us at TOC last year at TOC 6, and no one saw her coming. When I tell you it was one chef after another just being weed-whacked into the grade 8, she's back this year and she is just as hungry.
Next, I really need to start the pork chops. I get the dredge station together. I throw in a lot of the similar spices that went into the sauce to kind of complement it. Onion powder, I add some garam masala to it. Similar flavors. Sometimes, you know, there's this little like voice in my head that gives me a little bit of self-doubt. I think it happens to a lot of us. I'm my harshest critic, so I really want to win and move on to the next round.
You're happy in there.
They're happy. So next, I'm gonna add some of these like spicy hatch peppers to the rice. I feel pretty focused this round. Everything is tasting good. I feel like I'm adding flavor. I'm using a randomizer. Still needs longer, but we have plenty of time.
Kalina's pork chops are in the fryer. They've been in there for a long time, and the color of the outside of the pork chop is telling me that they're probably starting to flirt with overcooking.
7 minutes.
He works so fast.
Oh, he is a wide beast in the kitchen.
Where did this batter come from, Chef?
Buttermilk egg batter, Cajun spice, chicken seasoning, some hatch chilies. I get the pork chops batter, breaded, and I place them into the fryer.
5 minutes, 5 to go.
First thing I do is take the hatch chili rice. I do a nice big pile down on the bottom of the plate. Next, I grab the tomato curry sauce. I really want to make sure that the cuts from the French fry cutter are, you know, very present. And then I grab the pork chop. I know I'm one of the younger kids here, so to make it to the end would just be amazing.
2 minutes, 2 to go.
Pork chop's looking good, Chef.
Yes, sir. I'm taking my hatch chili mayo and putting it on the bottom part of the bun and the top of the bun. I place my fried pork chop there. I top the pork chop with the sloppy joe. And then my fries, season it up, place into my bowls.
30 seconds.
I'm super excited. I left it all on in the arena. I did everything I possibly could, and then now it's in the judges' hands.
Let's bring in the judges. They're gonna love this.
Crazy.
Once I saw the randomizer, I was like, I feel like this is what I have to do.
I mean, look, I cooked the dish that I'd want to eat, that I want to eat right now.
The question is gonna be use of the randomizer and taste.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back the esteemed panel of judges. Chef Susan Feniger.
Oh my God, I grew up watching Susan. She's actually a living legend.
DOC champ Monique Chauhan.
Oh God, I made a curry sauce from a meat. Why?
And legendary chef Hubert Keller.
Ooh, Hubert Keller. Nice.
I applied to this restaurant when I was like 19 years old and didn't get a call back.
Tonight, the randomizer chefs kicked down for protein a double cut pork chop. The produce was hatch peppers. Restaurant equipment was French fry press. Style was comfort classic. And that fantastic wild card ingredient was ketchup. And our TOC3 champ herself, Chef Tiffany Faison.
For this randomizer, the chef his Hatch J pork plan of comfort classics. This is bone-in pork katsudon with ketchup and hatch chili curry, kombu, and hatch pepper rice. Everything was processed through the French fry press for the curry. The pork was fabricated, leaving the center bone chop only. That was seasoned with curry powder, turmeric, garam masala, ginger and onion powders, mushroom soy veal stock, Worcestershire sauce, and shiitakes.
Say something. Say something good.
Comfort classic to me is something which is a hug on a plate. And this is something which is definitely that.
I want to hug you, Monique.
Using the curry sauce as a base to put the ketchup in, the sweetness of the ketchup, I think that is absolutely genius. That is incredible. The one thing which I would have loved on this dish is a little bit more of that acid in it. I think that would have balanced off the spices. To use the French fry press for the vegetables, which we can see and we can taste. This chef has done an incredible job in developing flavors in a really short time.
Yes!
Conceptually, this is amazing. The perfect comfort dish. It really hit the mark. In terms of the use of the hatch chili, the concept, I think, was perfect and right on.
To be a comfort and classic dish, I do agree. That really works. The rice, the vegetable, tomato. When you're eating it together, it really brings the dish together. But I think I cut even to the center. My pork chop was a little bit overcooked.
Great, judges. Thank you very much. The scorecard. 50 points for taste, 40 points for the use of the randomizer, and 10 points in plating.
I think she did a great cook. She put together a dish that the judges felt was comforting.
We're just gonna have to see, how Kenny's goes. If his is perfect, then I'm going home.
All right, judges, thank you very much. And to present the second dish, Justin Moore.
Judges, our chef calls this Sloppy Joe 2.0. The double cut pork chop was Frenched and trimmed. The trim was ground. It was used to start the process of the Sloppy Joe, which you will see crowning the bone-in chop, which has been fried. So that Sloppy Joe mixture was done with ketchup, the solids from blended hatch chili, and plenty of seasoning. The French fry press was used to make French fries. In terms of the use of the ketchup, it was in the Sloppy Joe and also in the remoulade at the center of the plate.
This is my comfort food. I grew up in Toledo, Ohio. We had sloppy joes all the time. And ketchup was in the mix.
Cleveland, that's what's up.
I really love having the bone in there. That's a really interesting thing because probably what I would do is eat half of it and then I would take this other half and eat it like that.
Just put it in your purse and have it in foil, and then when you're on the road...
The pork chop is actually quite moist. The aioli's got that really nice spice to it from the hatch chili, so the use of that is really good.
Yes.
Shoot.
Come on, chef. Give me some love.
I think personally the chef had the finger right on the pulse for that challenge. I think he succeeded really using all the elements that needed to be done.
Yes! Let's go!
The pork chop was perfectly cooked.
That's actually impressive. I mean, like, Kenny did a really good job with that dish.
This chef has done an amazing job in creating layers and layers of flavors. But the piece de resistance of this entire burger is the sloppy Joe part about it. It's flavorful, it's got that ketchup in it. I do like the French fries. I do think that maybe if there was a little bit of cornstarch, it might have made it crispier.
Thank you very much, judges. Scorecards are in front of you.
Okay. You're only as good as like your current cook, and every single thing has to be perfect, you know? And not everything was perfect on mine.
I've been dying to be here. I've been grinding, and I am one with food. I knew that pork chop was gonna be juicy. I knew I used the ingredients right. There's nothing else I can do.
Scores are in, they're ready for you. Okay.
All right, let's do this.
The judges have spoken. I've got the scores. Let's call them back in. Chef Kalina Bliss. Chef Kenny Gilbert. This really came down to mainly about flavor. One chef scored an 81. Good score. The other chef, 91. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the second round battle between Chef Kalina Bliss and Chef Kenny Gilbert is... Chef Kenny Gilbert! Congratulations, Chef. Congratulations. Chef Kalina, you were doing so many things that I thought were right, and an 81's a great score, but unfortunately it's the end of the road, and we'll look forward to seeing you in TOC in the future. Thank you, Chef. Chef Kalina
Oh, you whooped me. You had a great score. I'm gonna learn from this. We're gonna keep our, head held high, and we're gonna keep cooking, and you guys will see me next year.
That was one of the most remarkable dishes we've seen so far in the competition. Congratulations, you're in the quarterfinals, my friend. Let's take a look. Here you are going up against Stephanie Izard.
The GOAT, let's go.
Go! But I'll tell you right now, everybody should take notice. The new guys in town, the beast in the kitchen, Kenny Gilbert! That was a huge win.
10-point win. Now you're in the grade 8.
Yes.
That's gotta feel pretty amazing.
I'm so excited. I've been locked in.
And the chefs all see it. Watch how cool, calm, and collected you were. Brother, I'll see you in the grade 8. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well done, chef.
Appreciate you.
All right, folks, are you ready to hear about the contenders for the final spot in the upcoming quarterfinals? First, we have the number 8 seed, Chef Dan Jacobs, the qualifier winner, fresh off a major upset victory, who has proven that nothing in life can slow this guy down.
I have Kennedy's disease, which is a rare neuromuscular disease similar to ALS. Being the lower seed, being in the further kitchen, that's just more walking around for me. So I have to be real conscious of, grabbing all my stuff. I think it's so cool going up against Brian, somebody I looked up to for a long time. Brian did just win TOC Christmas, and he's got this momentum going with him. To me, I think I have just as much momentum. I beat Top Chef champion in Joe Flom. I beat the runner-up last year on TOC and Sarah Bradley. I'm feeling just as confident as I did going in against either one of them.
Now, his opponent is the number 3 seed, Chef Brian Voltaggio, the TOC All-Star Christmas champion, who won his first solo TOC victory in the first round.
I've never won an individual contest or a competition in my career, so for me this would be a big win. I am going up against Dan Jacobs. I only know him from actually judging him in Top Chef in the season he was in. Great cook, great guy. For him to take out Sarah Bradley in the last round means that, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Are you ready to see these two powerhouses cook it up tonight? So let's light it up! He has 2 celebrated restaurants, including a modern Asian spot that the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel praised for its completely delicious courses and perfect meals. He is a 6-time James Beard semifinalist. Now, in the first round, he scored an upset victory over TOC 6 runner-up, Chef Sarah Bradley. Jacobs! What have you done to ground yourself and stay focused in what's coming up?
There's not a lot of expectation coming out of like a 7 seed. I think that I surprised some people. And I have confidence in myself. That's all I need.
Dan, great to have you.
Thank you.
And your opponent, he's a 2-time James Beard nominee with acclaimed restaurants on both coasts. He's a 3-time Top Chef finalist and recently won the TOC All-Star Christmas Tournament along with his brother, Michael, with a record-breaking score of 98. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bolts of the East, Chef Brian Voltaggio! So, my brother, you haven't had a lot of success inside of TOC. No. Then you have enormous success with the Tournament of Champions holiday. And now you're back, and we're seeing a different side of Brian Voltaggio.
This one is a bucket list one for me. This is one I want to take, and I'm very focused on this competition.
Chefs, time to do it. Let's take it to the randomizer. Good luck. So for the big finale of the night, you guys are the title fight guys. I mean, that's a big deal. Go for protein. Lamb, halibut, duck, lamb, halibut.
Halibut, okay.
And watermelon radish.
That'll skewer
Sunday supper. And who doesn't like a finale with a little nacho cheese? I might be late for dinner. Your 35 starts now. Good luck, guys. This is not a fun randomizer. Okay, halibut. The thing about halibut is it overcooks really easy and it gets dry. Watermelon radish, part of the daikon radish family. It's not as pungent or bitter as most radishes are. Metal skewers, we always know what this is. Sunday supper, bringing the family together. This is usually that slow meal with nacho cheese. So this is more of a processed cheese, that and halibut. Good luck.
I've been a runner-up in countless seasons of Top Chef. I've been a runner-up on 24 and 24. I've never tasted victory on my own, and I'm looking forward to do it this season.
It's you and me, kid.
I'll be right with you. I'm thinking like a crispy bold salad with like lots of acid and crunch. It's gonna be paired alongside this halibut. It's gonna be skewered with like umami-rich mushrooms that you would find like grilling over coals in the backyard. You know, I'm out there, I'm working a lot. I'm out here competing, I'm spending a lot of time away from home. We always have a family dinner as much as we can. Food and family is what's so important. Gathering around food, spending time together, and sharing those meals.
I got kind of a little bit of a plan here. We're gonna batter and fry the fish for sure.
Nice.
We're gonna make mole.
Okay.
We're gonna incorporate the skewers and radishes, both in grilled and in an ceviche. So we're gonna go from there with it.
All right. I believe in you, Chef.
I believe in me too. Thanks. I came into this battle knowing that I need to shop efficiently. I hate having to run back and forth. I forgot one thing, and I am not doing that. It takes me a long time to move around and I'm wasting time. In 2016, I was diagnosed with Kennedy's disease. It's degenerative in the fact that I'm slowly losing my ability to walk, talk, use my hands, pretty much everything. Nacho cheese! I think being diagnosed was able to kind of reshape how I live. It made me really kind of want to push myself to do as many things as I could before I couldn't do those things anymore. So we're gonna do a mole verde.
Yeah.
A little bit different. Just I think it's gonna work really well with the fish. It's a little bit fresher. I'm doing my onion, serrano, garlic, and tomatillos charring.
I think there's 7 styles of mole in Oaxaca.
I'm a mole monster.
I'm not typically a mole guy, but I've been cooking for 27 years. I've cooked a little bit of everything. It's gonna have a ton of flavor. It speaks to Sunday supper.
What's the plan there, Chef?
Mexican oregano, a little Chinese 5-spice, fish sauce. And then here comes everybody's favorite, nacho cheese. You know, the biggest thing with the nacho cheese is how do I incorporate this into my dish without completely ruining that dish? I think using it as the emulsifier in my mole is the smartest way I can do that. I'm gonna add cilantro and kale, and this is gonna give that bright green to the dish. marinade, baby. And we're gonna blend her up. I just let it go because the longer it's gonna blend, the greener it's gonna get.
What's the plan with those pickles?
So we're gonna do a little escabeche with a little bit of red wine vinegar, lime juice. So with the radishes, we're gonna do a little quick pickle because it's gonna cut through that richness of the mole and the fried fish. So skewering, we're gonna do some daily onions, watermelon radish, and then we're gonna do some eggplant on there.
Got it.
We do vegetable skewers at the house. Olive oil, Aleppo peppers, salt and pepper. Get it onto the grill. This is taking way too much time.
Welcome to TOC.
This is an interesting one.
It sure is.
To say the least. Skewers on a grill is a Sunday supper. It sometimes happens at my house. You know, kebab style, right?
Okay.
It's nacho cheese that's really the throw off here. It does become a good sauce, that's for sure. I am quite worried about this has to be Sunday supper. I need to convince the judges this is something you would have if you came over to Voltaggio's household and you sat down for Sunday supper.
I think this is one of the harder randomizers.
Yeah.
Like combo platter of everything together.
But if there's any two minds that are creative enough to pull this off,
These guys.
$20 minutes left.
So the first thing I do is I start building a marinade for halibut. Definitely a skewer of the halibut on my marinade. I got some miso, shiradashi. I'm gonna put some mustard in this. My marinade the outside of the fish. Somewhere in America, this is their Sunday supper. I think my biggest crutch in my competitions is that I don't pay attention to the challenge. I put up a really delicious, great dish, but sometimes I don't check all the criteria that's needed. It's going in. It's definitely an interesting flavor profile, for sure. I want to show that I'm not afraid to use the nacho cheese. Look at that. That's nacho cheese for sure. It tastes good. That emulsifier that's in that cheese is going to actually help coat around the halibut. It's going to make it nice and tacky. So I'm being very careful to cook the mushrooms separate from the halibut initially. Maitake mushrooms, they have like a really great meaty cork, but I want to make sure that it doesn't take a long time for that to cook on a skewer while I overcook the fish. I've never glazed mushrooms with nacho cheese. This is a first. Just saying.
The skewer actually helps sell Sunday supper.
This is kebabs on the grill.
Kebabs on the grill.
Right? Everybody knows I've competed a lot, but I have a really fortunate career. I'm really comfortable with who I am and how I am and what I've done, but I have a couple of accolades I've been striving for. A competition like TOC, which is the hardest culinary competition that's out there, and to be a winner is something I need on my mantle.
18 minutes, chef.
18. Good, because we time to figure out the rest.
Chef, am I invited to the fish fry?
Dude, have you ever been to a fish fry? Has anybody ever been to a Wisconsin fish fry? Hell yeah, let's go. I get the fish into the dredge. Fish fries in Wisconsin are a rite of passage. It speaks to Sunday supper, but I've never fried halibut before. Halibut's incredibly delicate. We have like this tiny little window to make it perfect. Nice color. Got some nice char on these, which is great.
What's the plan here?
Just because it's Sunday supper, we're gonna do a little bit of cilantro rice in here.
I'm nervous for them.
I'm nervous for them too. I think the randomizer, a little bit interesting.
I think it's a great randomizer.
You with the nacho cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chefs, 10 minutes. Time to go. Final 10.
I need to have, a great sauce that's going to add some acid, some creaminess to the skewer. This is going to be super weird, but hey.
I'm here for it.
In this case, I have nacho cheese. Yogurt? Nacho cheese? Caramel? I mean, you hear me? Like what I'm saying out loud? I want to kind of like lean towards ranch flavors. So I grab onion powder, garlic powder, and season with nori. So, seafood ranch?
Seafood nacho ranch.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Ski ranch for the halibut. I'm going to put them onto the grill on a griddle plate and sear each side. I mean, this fish can't be dry if you're not careful with it, so it's going to be really, really technical to cook. The watermelon radish is probably going to spiralize and do like a nice salad with that. I'm going to get somebody who I've never competed against, don't really know too much about them. Dan's an unknown for me. He knocked out somebody who was in the finale of last season, so I know that he's got a lot of gas behind him. So I'm just going to do like a quick pickle with citrus on the radish. I'm doing 2 different applications of the radish.
I'm using one to work as a sauce and the other one to work as texture of like a crispy salad that be served alongside the kebabs.
I'm gonna try to make it scream with ingredients and technique.
Getting nice sear on each side of the fish. The mushrooms are starting to caramelize a little bit more, but I'm also gonna be very careful. I don't want to fully cook them on the griddle.
I'm using this to kind of get the glaze nice and tacky on the outside. I mean, I was working on the grill, but see that halibut is fragile. So I'm gonna let it glaze under a salamander.
You know, Sunday afternoons, you might be watching sports or something and hanging out, grilling a little bit. There's always going to be some sort of a chip and dip element. It's always on the table.
Gonna help scrape up that ranch dressing.
Okay.
So a little rice paper chip.
The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it to the fryer to make it puff up and get nice and crispy.
5 minutes, chefs.
5 minutes. I'm plating this like I would plate this at a restaurant. We get points for a presentation. I want it to look beautiful. I'm gonna do some mole down in the middle, and then I'm gonna do a little swoosh of mole kind of around the plate to get some of that cilantro rice onto the plate. We're gonna put that skewer on the side because, you know, gotta use the skewer. I'm gonna put some fried fish on top. We're gonna put my pickled onion and watermelon rash right on top of that. I am not the person who's supposed to beat Brian Voltaggio, but I'm literally playing with house money. I have nothing to lose.
Looking good. 2 minutes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nice pool of the nacho cheese ranch dressing down underneath. I want the kebab to rest right in the center of that. Then just to the left of it, I'm going to put this sort of crispy radish salad. I'm going to drape over the top a piece of puffed fried rice paper. I need to crush it and just get all the way through.
Thank you very much. You're done.
What was that randomizer? Oh my god.
Woo-wee!
That was a tough one. I had to work through that one like as I was cooking.
I don't think I used the randomizer super great, but you know, we'll go from there. See how it goes.
Nervous sweat.
Whew. What a day. That randomizer was a nightmare.
Everybody's got a different interpretation of Sunday supper. I just hope this translates.
My dish is tasty. Just gotta hope and pray that's enough to bring home a W.
Please welcome back Chef Susan Feniger.
Oh wow, Susan Vinegar?
TOC champ Manish Chauhan.
Wow.
And the legend himself, Chef Hubert Keller. No way!
I got his cookbook when I was like 19 years old. I still have it. If I would have known that he was going to be here, I would have brought it so I could get him to sign it. Look at that guy. Still rocking that ponytail.
Chefs, we just round out this entire competition with a little Sunday supper. The randomizer offered up tonight, halibut, watermelon radish, metal skewer, and who doesn't love Sunday supper with little nacho cheese? Here to present is our TOC champ, Tiffany Peso.
Chefs, we pulled out the skewers on a Sunday and had a little backyard roast with halibut skewers, watermelon radish salad, and nacho ocean ranch. Let's start with the halibut. Marinated with a marinade of nacho cheese, Dijon, miso, shirodashi, and soy. We have a ranch that was constructed on the bottom of your plate. It's not your average ranch. It's nacho ocean ranch that was crafted by spiralizing the watermelon radish. Different watermelon radish vinaigrette was also constructed that dots played around with a little bit of olive oil.
It's always interesting for me to see how a creative mind works under pressure. I think that here the dish was perfectly executed in sense of with the pressure and the time. I love the way the halibut was cooked because it can be dry very fast.
Very careful with the halibut.
A good execution, really.
So as soon as I saw the nacho cheese, I'm like, this is the whammy. This is what is going to take the dish down.
That's how I felt, chef.
But this chef has so expertly used it while not highlighting it. To me, the most impressive thing is with the skewers, both the halibut and the mushrooms are cooked beautifully and perfectly.
This looks pretty good for Brian.
I do think that the one thing which I'm missing is just a touch of sweetness to round out the savoriness.
I think the use of the radish is incredible. I love the radish vinaigrette is amazing. There's like plenty of acidity in there. My halibut was overcooked, but I could overlook that because the seasoning on it was just perfect. And the dish is really delicious, and I would have it as a Sunday supper.
Sure. Thank you very much. Judges, 50 points in taste, 40 points in the use of the randomizer, 10 points in plating.
I feel like they connected to the dish in a way that I wanted to execute it, and for that, I'm grateful.
All right, judges, here to present the second dish, Justin Warner. Chef?
Here we go. Judges, this is fried halibut with mole verde, skewered watermelon radish, and watermelon radish escabeche. The halibut fillets were done with tapioca, cornstarch, seasoned with Aleppo pepper, and fried. The radish, you have thick batons that were skewered with onion and eggplant and then grilled. Another utilization of the radish, as you'll see on top, is as an escabeche. Now let's get into that sauce because that's where the nacho cheese comes into play. Pepitas, grilled onions, serrano. This was all blended together with the nacho cheese functioning for body flavor and as an emulsifier.
I mean, I think they like it. I keep eating it.
I think nacho cheese now should be a requirement in a pepita mole. Even the batter on the halibut is incredible. Best of when you think of deep fried fish, Sunday supper. Yes, really well done.
The randomizer was really represented the way the radishes were put on top at the little crunchiness, which is great. Unfortunately, the radishes got a little charred.
They're supposed to be charred. It's charred radishes.
I just had that burnt flavor in my mouth.
Chef Vinegar.
The flavor of that mole is really nice, really nice. Incorporating the nacho cheese, that sort of blows me away. My halibut is a little bit overcooked and a little bit under-seasoned.
Thank you very much, judges. 50 points in taste, 40 in the randomizer, 10 in plating.
This would feel amazing to go into the next round and knowing I have the chance to go all the way. I'm not going to turn back. It's going to be a tight one, though.
I competed against one of the, great competitors of all time, and I held my own, so I feel okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told you I'd give you a great finale. Did the chefs deliver or what? I agree. That was a tough randomizer. Let's bring him back out. Chef Dan, Chef Brian, come on out. Good job. Very close. 80 to 77. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of tonight's final second round battle between Chef Brian Voltaggio and Chef Dan Jacobs is... Brian Voltaggio! Congratulations! Well done, Chef. Chef Dan, I'm sad to see this be the end of your TOC run. We will see you again.
Thank you so much.
Dan Jacob!
See you, Chef.
Ladies and gentlemen!
I did my best. I lost by 3 points. I'm ready to attack this again next time.
Brian is going to the quarterfinals of TOC 7. Let's take a look. You take Dan down. Now it's you and Shirley Chung. Shirley's on fire.
I know she is. I know it's going to be a tough one.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
So happy for you. Brian Voltaggio! Thank you. Thank you.
That was wild.
Keep that cheering, you guys. I can't breathe.
Join us next time when the triumphant Great 8 step back into the arena. Let's get to this Final Four for an epic quarterfinals as the chefs move within striking distance of the title.
Mustache is coming in hot.
Not today, Joe.
The championship belt. I don't know 1/3 of these things. And $150,000.
There is no bigger prize, no better trophy.
Can you believe what's happening? See you next week on TOC 7. Adios.